everybody. I'm Sean Bond, founder of PsionicLeague. Welcome to the show. We're going to go into some big things having to do with disclosure. Happy disclosure timeline, everyone, with the disclosure year coming up. I mean, it's not going to be like everything you imagine, but like there will be things that you didn't imagine as well. So it's kind of like how this disclosure event happened, right? It's like a fumble. It's like the betting odds on like if being presidents would be mentioning if there would be a disclosure event were up, and yeah, it looks like Barack Obama initiated that with then Trump essentially confirming, but like just saying he doesn't know, but like it's classified information to confirm that aliens exist. Yeah, and then it's just like a lot of things are happening where like it's hot potato, no one to blame, no one to take the credit, no one to assassinate. It's all like stuff that if it happened, the dark forces really don't really have anyone to just like target for it. It's just really interesting. It's an interesting strategy. It's kind of good, I guess. If you were to think of like the well-being of the beings involved, thinking of like what not to get themselves killed, but very interesting way for it to happen. What do you guys think on there? Are you enjoying yourself with the very strange level of how disclosure is happening? And yeah, we're going to go. I predicted this a while ago. I've said it in my videos looking back, which is that alien disclosure would not happen unless they had a big enough thing that they needed to distract from. Epstein files is big enough, so that's interesting. It doesn't always go how you would imagine or plan it, but if your prediction is wide enough in scope to cover a bunch of the timelines, which I believe is more in accuracy to get at, because the timeline's always changing and whatever, then it's gonna work out pretty well. And I've been testing my prediction abilities, and I'm doing well. I'm glad. I just think everyone needs to sharpen it. Get really good at predicting. All right, so I hope everyone's celebrating. I know you're a lot of people are like, no, they're trying to cover things up. It's like, take the win, even if it's small. We know there's going to be controlled disclosure already. We know they're going to try to just drip shit out, but this means the hose is amplifying and it's speeding up, and they have to do that, which gives you an indication that there's a greater pull on the life forces tug of war. There's things to be positive about with this is they have to like release something now that was said, even if they're gonna fumble this one too, which I'd imagine would have to be because this is something that people die over. So that's gonna be interesting. Of course, things to like push towards, and as the normies wake up to that, which is what happens, the more advanced awakened people can dig in to the details and try to create a whole nother rabbit holes and avenues of things to disclose and for people to become aware of. So I think no matter what, as everyone gets in their chairs, their game chairs, they're set up to like get things rolling, manifest and create out there and expose, then all things considered, we can have a better and better predicted outcome than what is in the predicted. And there's other factors, of course, which will have to be sped up with this timeline being initiated. And I believe all of you can already feel it. So put in the comments, ask questions if you feel like it. Go into like what is going down in the timeline for disclosure, because this is a finish line for a timeline. This is not the end of everything, of course, but a lot of things have been working for this exact event. And so then we can start now thinking of the events that come after that, such as what we'll all be initiating into disclosure. Okay. Aliens confirmed. Okay. What are they doing? Are they going to visit? Are they going to make themselves public? Are they going to interact with governments? Is the governments that are already interacting with them going to make that public? What's a public enough event that it wouldn't just be covered up? Because there's like all these movies. We were watching one yesterday as a like celebration. I'll look up the title for you. I recommend it. It's really good. I didn't really know it existed. It didn't get advertised that much. It came out in like 2020. But it's got a cool like triggery alien events scenario in it. Okay. The movie is called Proximity in 2020. So look up that one. It's pretty good. It's like some guy gets abducted by aliens and he has abilities when he comes back, and the government abducts him afterwards. So it's I didn't know that movie existed, but it's triggery. It's nice. But yeah, so in that movie, they went into like this guy released footage that he filmed of an alien, and like the whole all people online after it gets uploaded gets tons of views, like hundreds of thousands of views. And they, then the skeptics come out, the paid skeptic shills that just like, oh, of course it's fake, and then they just downplay it, and they're presuming debunking it, like, which happens on this timeline. But on this timeline, the mainstream media won't even pick it up. It might be a local media, if anything, and even with that, it's just like, and now we have AI, so they're like, oh, it's fake too. So there's going to be all these interesting hurdles that the whole time is just like delay, because they want it as a media distraction too. So, what would all those scenarios look like where ETs show up in the sky in a city? Are they going to cover it now? Because that's happened already in certain big cities. And like, are we getting to a point? When do we get to a point where it's already now allowed for the ETs, the positive ETs, to do something, versus when the mock play alien invasion with a light and a dark force. Dark force invades, and then a light force comes to help us. Is that going to play out first? And the timing scales for each. Yeah, and then I'm sure you guys read in the comments in a lot of videos, like, as soon as anyone comes, like, I'm sure we're going to have it tonight, like, aliens or demons. Like, there's always the people, which is fine. They have a belief that somehow that benefits people in that, which is, to me, it's a little racist. It's just like, okay. Now, we haven't even covered the topic of most Christianity doesn't even know what demons are. They just want to reject them and say, stay away from them, as if you even have the option in this reality. Most Christians don't even learn exorcism or banishing or clearing or purification. They just call for Jesus or the source to come in, either through their heart or externally. And there's, or the Vatican, they summon a priest. So I mean, that in itself is another high sentient species. So then you got to go into the concepts of, okay, does this being only exist in a spiritual form? Does it have like some? If you go into esoteric Christianity, some priests believe most demons are like the giants and the Nephilim of the past that died. So are you going into that belief? Because that's also extraterrestrials. Oh boy. But and then that goes into like, oh, is this planet more? Yeah, there's all these things that people have to like bust through out of their cage. And then like, how many species of demon are there? And then there's devil species. And that every species can become a demon if it becomes evil, parasitic, and dies as a ghost, and then becomes a spirit. So that's the whole thing. And then some of those demons are interdimensional and can travel. And then there's the jinn concept, which some people just blanket as demons too. Whatever. And then the jinn also have multiple variants of them in multiple of their species. And then so it's like, oh, do demons or devils also have come in the form where they have a body? Because some people have claimed in the past that they've showed up in a body and appeared to people. So there's that too. And all right, so if they're demons, then like, why they have this advanced technology? What's with the UFOs? What's with the abduction? What's with taking them to like a laboratory? What's with dissecting them? What's with taking their DNA? What's with all these things? There's all those questions you have to contend with. And just saying aliens or demons is like, hey, I'm going to cut this topic right off because I think it's just a distraction and we need to go back to reading the Bible. So, no matter what I say and anyone else says, I think there's going to be a constant level of people that are programmed to do that. And it's a weird thing to just see it in all the videos that you come out in disclosure. But it's whatever. Yeah, people are fragile, and then like how Islam's going to handle that. What do you think? What do you think? Who's going to have a tough time in the religions the most with the different species? And okay, so I don't know. People think aliens are demons. Okay, what are angels? Are they just like in a spirit form? Are they beyond our comprehension? Are they extra dimensionals? Are they higher dimensionals, interdimensional? Are they all those? Do they have a body? Have they been able to appear to people in body? They've definitely incarnated into human bodies. They've done other things. They have advanced light technology, and there's artwork depicting angels with UFOs. So there also goes into the, hey, the light forces of UFOs could be angels. It just goes into like, hey, maybe you're defining something you don't fully understand, and until you're ready to understand it, then that will go into depiction of light and dark in multiple varieties of sentient consciousness that have been here for a while, and that we have their DNA, and there's inner Earth groups and other interdimensionals, realms of this planet. And if you believe in planets and stuff, then going to the going into the planets, extraterrestrials, extrasolar, extragalactic, extra universal, extra multiversal, extra ultraversal, and high level beings that appear to you when you have your third eye slowly opening up more and more and more to perceive them, interact with you, and say hello and tell you more about yourself, because we're all going through some type of weird amnesia. And then that also contends with some religious concept. They don't even think about it really. When did your soul come into existence? Did it just come into existence when you were born? Most of the time, it might, just because I talk to mostly awake people, but every one of my clients, their souls are older than their body, and a lot of them are older than this planet. So that also goes to the starseed concept when you research that. But most people are starseeds. It's just then like how many people are drawn to it, how many people remember, how many people care about it, how much of that is awakening in them and reacting to the stimulus of the environment as they free themselves and learn about all this. Okay. So we got all this kind of ET stuff we're going to go into, and we got some donations coming in for readings. So I'll do some readings with people on their soul family. ET, off-world soul family, the missions, why they came here, what they came here to do. And yeah, we go into that. And like help them connect with them more so they can engage in telepathy and start seeing what more about who they are, remembering, get past the layers of the matrix that make us forget, and then start doing those missions. I got a lot of cool things for you guys. I've been working on bringing this disclosure timeline in as much as possible. Like, the shows I do, I know it helps you guys, so I'm glad I can help you guys, and thank you for all you guys do out there, even if this isn't your greatest mission, but doing whatever you're pulled and your heart is drawn to do. Thank you for doing it. But my biggest thing that I spend time on is psionically pulling this timeline in. Learning as many abilities as possible, overcoming challenges, taking down big apex multidimensional predators, things that hold our IQ from increasing, our consciousness from evolving and growing, the matrices, invasions into the systems and the grid lines, the things that steal energy from people, that distract them, that keep them in survival and lower consciousness. And I am constantly working on that, as well as what it takes in building up humanity to where they're resilient and evolving. Because my big goal is to spur the psionic renaissance, this big flash that comes out of people's souls, that awakening superpowers around the planet. That's one of my big missions. And I keep reading that. I knew it. I wasn't like aware of the concept, but it's like something that's deeply propelled in me. Anything I watch that even close to that concept, I get super excited about, and I love, and I'm drawn to, and like to build upon it. And this whole life has been building me to do this. So, and then I look into my soul and read the records of it, and it's like, yep, that's one of your top missions. And it's like, interesting. So if you're excited, happy, loving, enjoy something about life, this tells you something about yourself and your missions. It's interesting, especially if it affects a lot of people and it's part of your life path. And it's like something that you're wanting to do for yourself, regardless of if anyone else is involved. And then you found, hey, I can expand my soul family. I can meet people. I can do stuff publicly. I can make the world a better place. How do I get to my goal? Doing all that stuff. So we got some ET artifacts. Hey, James. Thanks for coming. Yeah, this seraphim with all the eyes. Chris doesn't even go into the esoterics of angels, like how there's like 77 at least heaven realms. So many different types of angels, and they look crazy to the people that have witnessed them, with all these tons of wings, eyes, rotating wheels, being on fire, not always being just humanoid with wings, but they can take that form. Some being like a whole nebula, birthing stars. Some really big. It's just like Christianity is lovely and important, and I love it, and I've been integrated, and I love Christ, and I love God, and I talk to them constantly, and they're great teachers. Especially I work with them big in the pathway of love amplification, Psionic. But it's not the oldest religion on the planet, and they the Templar have if you go to Egypt, the Templar have marked their cross all over the temples, and chiseled holes into everything and wiped out heads and eyes and all that kind of stuff, so you can't see what they look like. And there, they did that a big amount with the Isis temple, because there are depictions of Isis holding Horus as the Virgin Mother, because the concept of Genesis, or birthing a baby by themselves, is multiple places over and over again throughout history. And there's a big significance, and there's oracles, there's prophecies, there's all this with this, and they're recurring. So it's like connecting people to the divine connection, to the all, the consciousness of all that's within everything, and beyond this hologram, beyond the limitation, and reminding people of things, and that light within everything keeps repeating. There's many avatars. So a lot of these ancient religions also have ETs in them. Interesting, as we're finding out with Mesoamerica. Crazy. Also, a friend that I'll eventually do a show with, so hint hint, has gone into some of the long skulls we're finding are also found in England. So big disclosure things coming forth out of the ground, out of the sky, and out of your hearts and your souls. And we can all push and quicken disclosure. We just need to understand how it works, because it's as within as without. How to strengthen everything. And I've gone into this too. I've disclosed this for people in past shows on how quicken disclosure in yourself, a lot of it in the soul. A lot to do with amplifying this energy coming out of you in your solar plexus soul that awakens, amplifies truth, sovereignty, and amplifies the collective consciousness, and engulfs the forces that are trying to stop it. Now, going into some new abilities, I learned how to speed things up incredibly fast, which I love. Speed Force. It's like Speed Force and knowingness combined together. Then I will be loving to tune into the next layers that I'm going to try to figure out. Now, if I found my book that had that, I'd be able to go into faster. But now I have to just go based on memory that I have. What were the forces that were holding us back is all I need to look at to continue that mission. And then we engulf them. So that'll be good. Also, of course, they need, if you want to speed up disclosure, some of the disclosures of the Epstein files and all that more of that information needs to come out, because then they'll put out more and more things to distract that they won't be able to. But that's how it's going to work anyway. And there's a lot of pivotal events but yeah, we're getting there. So good job, guys. And you're all amplifying this, of course. And if you want to amplify what I'm talking about, again, put your ring finger center your palms, or whatever. You can hold a fist. It's just pressing your palm chakras down like mine, and you can hold between your heart and your solar plexus, bringing the heart energy of love, flame, faith, love, and gratitude, and engulfing, spreading whatever is holding it back. So it burns up as fuel and takes it down, makes the love more resilient, and have the love go around the solar plexus and love around the soul, amplifying it to grow. Because there's, again, a soul flare, which this is just the top part of a UFO, a really big UFO I have artifact. This guy, very telepathic, helped me a lot, has a lot of time knowledge, and it told me it was waiting for something it described as a soul flare, which is like the solar flare, but not coming from the sun. It's coming from your souls. and it's going to amplify and grow and explode and affect the whole consciousness of the planet and the collective. So this this consciousness in this UFO artifact was asleep. It was in a coma, and it was waiting to be restored by this soul flare. And I already restored it before then, so I was very surprised. And it told me it was expecting that. So this is like part of the top part of the UFO, which is like really big. It goes out pretty far. And yeah, there's so much. But I love this little guy, and that like bring me to the awareness of all these bigger missions that people out there, people like you guys, have a mission to, with particular energies that you may be good at or are assigned to, that you are important pivotal points to causing these explosive flares coming out of the soul. That could be for various types of energy, and then making it so that erupts in the rest of the population as well. So look forward to that. Now, I guess I'll go into the artifacts. Okay. So there's a lot to go into. I'm also looking into these artifacts as I'm talking to the different spirits and analyzing them, their timelines, and what they're scheduled for, what they're okay with. And some of the aliens you can negotiate with in helping our species. Some are willing to even amplify disclosure speed. And so I think we'll focus on those especially. But there are some. There's a little celebration. Some are, willing to, how much you help their species, they're able to advance our evolution, do what they see they can add and benefit to our timeline as benefits are given to them, which is what I love being involved in, especially with these alien artifacts. So much opportunity with like connecting to these different races that are displayed and tracking them back with psychic tracking, seeing how their species is doing. The fireworks are a lot. You can negotiate with planets for sure. I do that all the time. They do help. There's they'll do an equal exchange though. So depending on what you can do for them. As James, interesting that you're saying that for what we've had conversations about. Yeah, with the level of what we can do for them, James, and they can bring a lot back to this planet, this timeline, or race. Now I got some cool things that I've tuned into some of these artifacts as well, and what they can do, so you guys can trade with them and support their race. So I'll do that real quick. Go on to that so you guys can get that trade going. But yeah, there's bigger things that can happen, like again, speeding up disclosure, having effect and part of it, and you can also figure out who's the forces behind disclosure and the optimal timelines. So we got these guys, which interesting clavicles, whatever they're called, I can't remember. So this is one race, the long skulls and the cheekbone, whatever the heck they are. And they're powerful in magic. They're a little held back from doing anything about disclosure. And I think that's because there would be things that would stop them. And they could get harmed. there's some awarenesses they know about, but some of the races I'll bring up do. So this one's good at magic and anti-magic. There's a bunch of spirits in them. Some of them I had to free from prisons and prevent them from being devoured. A lot of that you'll find with the artifacts, interestingly, with the amount of things that invaded from the Vatican, interestingly, conquistadors. There's divine versions usually in each one of these artifacts. There's at least one being that touched upon divinity, which is interesting. And I'll look into like if that's with every one of them. But so far, oh my God. Beautiful fireworks. Anyway, sorry about that. Each one of these artifacts I've found has a divine version of something in them, which is touching upon divinity selves. There's a lot of beings that have. Humans have touched upon it yourself. A lot of my clients do, and by the end of our session, for sure. So that will be a component, though these species usually have a longer lifespan, more wisdom. Reason why they're being venerated. Not all their species is touching upon divinity at all. I don't think so. But the ones that are being venerated, that are nice, that aren't evil, that now that there are, I've seen some evil or energy ones, so those don't touch upon divinity. But yeah, some of these do, and it's interesting. What and why? So this also goes into they're dealing with magic overwhelm. They need parts work. They're big into the tree of life magic, light, as well as a lot of sense magic. They want soul growth, and they can grant super consciousness. Oh yeah, they want super consciousness upgrades and trade, but like each individual out there can trade different things. Yeah, some are dealing with things, coming after them. There's also reality tech, wealth, astral stuff, voice command, intelligence, and of course, like you can integrate with the consciousness type beings, because every one of the artifacts I found, humans have their genetics. Big grand experiment. Things are adding their genetics to us. So you can activate your type of ET genetics and go into the consciousness amplification of that type of species capabilities, and there are level ups and there's mystery school. Of course, you can talk to them and transfer. So each one of these artifacts, if they like you and trading back and forth from a distance, they can bilocate and become a guide to you guys. Made the artifact strong enough to be able to do that. So, James was interested in this one. Divinity, divine feminine, had a ton of knowingness, so it's like oracle stuff. It's got a little head here, whatever that means, and then the avian kind of headpiece in the back. I'm not sure what species is it entirely. I haven't found too many of it like that. Though it could be something that I haven't found too many of that, so I don't know. It might be an entirely different species than what I regularly see. Again, with the artifacts that are being found, like 60 plus, and I'm not categorizing all the ones I've seen so far is what I'm categorizing. There's another little cool one. It's like a Chicana or whatever. Chacmol, Tan. not laying down though, but has like the little bowl in his hands. It's a nice little guy. I haven't awakened this one yet, so if you want to help, then it will grant you stuff after it awakens. Seems to go a lot of solar plexus superpower energy though. Okay. So I've seen this Ivra of Horus associated with a lot of avians and also these long skulls. So there appears to be a spirit coming out of it. Though the energy also seems to involve with this race as depicted as having one eye. I've found a little bit more about that since I last talked to you, as I found more artifacts that have it. Some people like, oh, it's like Tiamat or all-seeing eye. Again, barely anyone even knows what that is, and that's not really a good description. So whatever. I don't really necessarily agree with that, but I'm open to it. As far as I can tell from the spirits that are there, it tracks back to a spirit that is a very high dimensional being, like 13th dimensional. And I don't know, but it's depicted that it's a humanoid body with an eye at the top. Now, that means either they were seen in vision or they actually appeared to them physically. Why would they draw that? Kind of thing. Depict that in carving in stone many, many times. And then multiple venerations. And I see that as a more powerful, more connected to source, going up the fractal chain to the prime career of the galaxy kind of thing. Seems like a whole species, though, not just one individual. So 13-dimensional beings, maybe one of the more higher end dimensionals that is like closer to source. So this could be like, for Christians out there, more closer representation of something that would more closer related to the one above all kind of thing for them, though that's what I'm tuning into. It appears to give them tons of truth and awareness, a lot of sight themselves to see the truth of what is real. And here's the other end for people, which is a little not quite. Second after each firework. Sorry about the fireworks. So there seems to be some type of, long skull right here, kneeling down and holding maybe a crystal skull kind of artifact beneath it. I'm not really sure what the thing is below the artifact. I don't even know if it's anything. It doesn't. Can't really tell what it is, really. Like this thing right here, like on between them, this skull and that guy. I don't know what it is, but it's jade and it's very powerful. Oh yeah. Now this one we just found. I haven't seen this species before, so you can kind of guess. Tell me if you've seen anything like it. Kind of looks like an old Chinese man, but it's interesting that it's bluish green. So I wonder if they pick this stone based on anything close to what they see, or they just are venerating the stone or the being in a powerful stone. Maybe the stone's found somewhere powerful. It's part of the energy. All this can be greater concluded later on as we find more artifacts. But this one has a lot of spatial tech and high-level superpowers. I haven't awoken it fully yet, so I haven't been able to talk to it. But if you guys want to help, go for it. Feel free to contact me about any of the particular artifacts that you're seeing. anything jumps out to you, anything contacts you, anything draws you in, if you're interested, because we're trying to grow the collective contactees. Now, here's another one that's still asleep, and we're trying to get more activated. It's just, an alien head face with a Quetzalcoatl kind of dragon on top of its head, some earrings. And the earrings kind of look like planet with rings. It could be Saturn, but we've seen multiple planetoids that have rings depicted on the same artifact in the same location, so that indicates they don't always mean Saturn. Here's a guy I found a few artifacts of. This type. And there, if you look online, there's actually ETs that look like this depicted. Now, I don't know if they're legit. They come from an actual source of footage or a photo from a real one. But some of the footage, it looks very similar to this type of being. So I don't. The beings that look like this aren't reptilian. They're more kind of like a grayish. Though again, there's 4,000 types of grays, so it's not good to be super racist on that. But open. And every race has different structures, moralities. But yes, we have found reptilians. I'll show you. I don't really have them on me right now, but I can show you an image of the reptilians. Let's just find it for you. Da, da, da. Ba, da, 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 da. Yeah, many different types of reptilians. There's probably Draco and Naga and a type of crocodile people is what we found. So, yeah, just share screen now. Okay. Again, if you can see this, yay, okay. Okay, and here's that eye being I was talking about, by the way. That has the big eye, and it's pointed out by, there's an avian in the left with wings, with a long skull guy, and an Anubis-like guy, and a cephalopod-looking guy. And the cephalopod guy is pointing to, and they're both pointing to the eye guy. The eye guy seems to be welcoming them, and then pointing out the reptilians for whatever reason. So might be exposing them. So again, avians. I'm going through this. This is one of our master skull friend that David has that we dug up. Here's the reptilian type. Could be multiple different types, though, this depiction. We've seen multiple types of this. Not all of the reptilians look like this, so it does look like it's a different species. I don't know what, though, but feel free to guess. Some people have said raptors, some like the frog people, some like a lizard, maybe a type of Draco. I don't know. Maybe Naga. And there's two of them. And again, multiple ring planets, so it's not just Saturn. So it's probably another solar system going on. Yeah, tons of crystal skulls were found. People that did not already know about this one. And again, the Boogosphere, which have found multiple places. These long skulls come up a lot. They seem to be a big part of our history. and they've done tons with our species in this planet, like a lot. They were found on so many artifacts. It's crazy. So I would not depict them as just evil or whatever. So there's that. This our dig sites. Let's see what else. Yeah, and of course also the dragon, like the Quetzalcoatl species we've found, and the again more long skulls. Mm, Go run through this because I know I have the other. At least I think it's a Draco or a crocodile person. It's either one. I'll share after I get it through it because got a lot of things I post. Yeah, there we go. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna people are more open just in that instance of the president saying it. So here's the Draco up in the right hand corner, or whatever. It's an alligator person, maybe. There's serpents, cobras, but this is found in Mexico again. So, what does that mean? So, why? And then there's avian people. The avian people we're going to talk about today because they seem to be one of the races that are more likely to help with disclosure. But again, the Draco or reptoid or alligator person, which definitely looks a lot different than the other one. But yeah, there's a lot of things depicted that we're finding. Different stuff. So back to that. Yeah, a lot of cultures have types of reptoids or dragons and stuff. Because they're finding just regular dragons, so that it's not. People are also like bunching things together. Draco do like using dragon iconography because it is reverence and power and force and all that. They steal the genetics. They're not really that related to dragons. They're more related to the Naga serpent founder race. That being said, dragons are their own species and are founder race and have divinity and all this kind of stuff. Now they're light, dark, and neutral. There are mythoses of angels riding dragons, so that also means that means the dragon that they're riding is nice and under their command. It's things people need to research a little more. And so there's a lot of good dragons that talk to me. So I have definitely can confirm they exist. It's so dramatic what they came to me in visiting that I can't not believe them if I wanted to. Anyway, so and they're their own thing, high dimensionals kind of thing. Most of them don't need bodies. No. Oh yeah, I don't think I read that one actually. There's another guy. And some of them are depicted with onks on their head, which is interesting. Which is usually an Egyptian symbol, but again, found in Mexico. And we're finding multiple artifacts that have the Ankh. I'll show you it as an example. It's crazy. Yeah, and oh yeah, did I read this one? Let me see. Blue-green stove with okay, yeah. So this one is fifth dimensional consciousness, divinity. There's a bunch of spirits that go along with it. It's really good at the DNA body ascension process, control, and greater capability, spirit vibration control, body restoration. power and greater capability. Increased consciousness level ups, of course. Interesting type of species. Now, some of these are related, or at least look closely associated. So there's stuff with that too, as it appears, a lot of things find us as like soul cousins or DNA cousin species. Have some type of relation. I mean, Pleiadians are literally Nordics that are humanoid. So they don't look too much different than us. So if we did find artifacts on that, carvings, you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. To see if they're aliens or other races. But as we've found in Disclosure of the Mayan race, there's a star in the Pleiades called Maya. And the Mayans also believe they have a DNA relation to the Pleiadians. So pretty much, you can just, going off of that, and you just see like humanoids, which we have seen, and that many artifacts come forth as that. Now, of course, there's multiple different types of Pleiadians, and not many people know what they all look like. I have tuned into a few, like one is a mermaid race in Pleionies, and some blue people, there's tall humanoids. Yeah, maybe some of the long skulls from Pleiades. Is it an alien 3D printer? I don't know. Some of them are hand carved, like it depends on the generation. So some are made by ETs, some are made by hybrid humanoids where the ETs added their necks to them and they made things. And then that watered down in multiple generations until it's what we would just call humanoids, some type, which are less magical and are venerating things they saw or depictions passed down, depending on if they saw them themselves or they're making their own things based on things they also see in that were made at those times, and artifacts passed down. So there's more energy to it if it's closer in association with the ET. You can tell by the power. So the power level, it whittles down if it's less connected. But they're usually still worshipped and venerated in some way. There are Japan-shaped dragons. You know about that. Let me go to that, for instance, for you guys. Let me just bring it up for you. Yeah, we're gonna do a nice relaxed stream, Okay, here it is for you. Again, so we got the avians in the left, long skull with wings, curly tail, interesting. A lot of people call this white guy in the middle like looking Ganesh, but I think it's a headdress. Some type of interesting skull being, but it seems to be part of the pilots of the ship, whatever that is. And then the dragons in the lower right that have an ET skull coming out of its head, blowing wind, and a sun above the wind. Going into the guardians of the sky. So, as we go back to artifacts that are dug farther down, there are more ETs on them. The older they are, they seem to depict Chinese lung dragons more than like a feathered serpent. So that's why I am in the belief that Quetzalcoatl and his race are dragons, which there are multiple of that, like as we know with the disclosure of his sister and etc. And there's Anubises, there's mer people here. So tons of things to disclose. Multiple types of mer people, a lot of different types. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and I'll go into the donations in a bit, of course, so don't worry. Here's another little guy. Now, this is a different species, it looks like, too. This is very interesting, also fairly powerful. It is, the thing it's venerating is a divine, but it's in 3D. What it's good at, it's a neutral race. So you can imagine like them coming down and looking. I've seen vision them in interesting clothing. There's millions of things they're good at. A lot of superpowers. This one's good at divine superpowers. See things happen ability, like, so their vision to make shit happen is big. Psionics, telekinesis, make happen ability. Conscious mind, will, body control, restore functionality, and then of course you can integrate with its consciousness if you want to trade with it, because again, we have their DNA. There's these interesting symbols at the bottom. I haven't seen these symbols much of anywhere, so I think they're in association with this race. It's a little hard to zoom in, sorry. I'm trying to get it so that you have it. Yeah, it's not easy. Let me see if I can get it more clear. It's a little, oh, there we go. It's a little better. Okay, so that's what's depicted on the bottom. Again, let me know if you're interested in alien artifacts, because we're bringing them out. Now, again, oh yeah, and I got a little guide that's going to support us in protecting, bringing out disclosure. So that, thank you. This is a black jaguar skull. Yeah. Beautiful. So the reason I'm depicting this as well, and he wanted to come, is because we're going to try to tune into some of these races, like this guy, which is on one of the UFOs I have. And what does that have to do with a jaguar? Who knows? A 5-star pointed star kind of thing with the interesting green stone in the center. This is part of a UFO again. Well, here's what's in the UFO. This beautiful quartz piece. Crystalline quartz alien. With an interesting spine. It is also depicted, this is the same race, has the same type of spine. The number might be interesting. Let's read that. 9 spinal points on that. This one, 9. I think 10 on this one though. Interesting. And then the cat. The cat is 9 though. So this is 9, but the other one I'm about to do has 10. I think there's an importance with it based on what they're saying. This is 10. This is 9. Interestingly. I don't know if that means something. But yeah, it's essentially a little cat. But I would say it's a jaguar cub. So that's why I'm bringing this guy in here. And the aliens seem to love the jaguar, which seems to be associated with their species and the people, and the Mayans and the Aztecs, the Olmecs, the Toltecs. The whole area venerates jaguars like highly. They're like the top Earth species of veneration for Earth. So there's a little beauty in this carved crystal that looks like it holds tons of data, like a quartz crystal skull. Which we're finding more and more crystal skulls, alien ones. But also, this race is willing to help disclosure. So that's what I'm bringing out. So feel free to help and connect as I'm trying to figure out more about that race, that crystal. I'm able to activate one of the consciousnesses in the UFO, but I haven't been able to waken up the crystal yet. So feel free to help me do that if you would like. I know, it could be Kundalini, right? Yeah. So there's that. And in this artifact, it's depicting 4 dots next to it. So I don't know what that means. It could be deeply meaningful, but it seems to be like the spine itself. So we'll look. It's part of its language. Maybe it's like code. And then the avian species. Ra and horse, falcon, hawk, eagle, ibis, and like those. We've been finding all those in Mexico. Of course, these long skulls with wings. This one glows in UV light, by the way. I don't know if I can. I got a UV light here, but I don't know if I'll, because the screen usually fucks with it. But I can show like some videos that I've depicted showing these things. They got the handbag and the orbs. Very interesting. Maybe. No, I don't think I could. Now, here's one of my new artifacts. This is like a portal. It's got some Egyptian hieroglyphs on it. Might be a species up here, but it's not easy to figure out what it looks like. This one's kind of etched out and degraded, but it has wings, so I'd imagine these 2 pillar holders are actually beings. Oh yeah. And this one looks like it has an avian beak here, so that I would guess is an avian. I'm not sure quite what this other being is, but I think it could be one of those like Anubis anteater, shrew type beings because of this kind of like headpiece here. And I've seen that kind of being before on other artifacts. And this one glows a lot. And what it does, holds a sphere. The sphere has a Booga chip on it. So it's going into the Booga disclosure stuff. Now, that also makes the plot thicken on these spheres with chips. We found the depictions of what's associated with the Booga spheres are like these long skulls, as well as cephalopods from the ship I have, but now also avians. And I found multiple of the avians depicting the Booga chip sphere as if it's an eye that they use to monitor and as a drone to monitor the planet. So we got the avian Egyptian looking beings. And this avian has a handbag in it, these eyes, And the long skull is coming in the form of having a mermaid tail with this pineal structure at the tail base. Yeah, we're finding more and more Buga spheres designs. So again, the avians, another race that seems to be able to speed up disclosure and not be limited for whatever reason. And so we're going to look into them as well. Okay, the other race that will help. I've shown this on a few streams. This is heavy as fuck again. So, if you like this. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, so these long skulls are capable of amplifying disclosure. So those three races. Now there's fair bit of variations. This one's like a master long skull with a really long one. There are multiple variations again. It also has a chip in orichalcum at the top in metal. There's a lot of knowledge and information. It's so good at so many things. I love this one. I can't hold this up any longer. But I'll hold something else up for you. So here's the other variations again. Various long skulls. This is the double eye of Ra of Horus. UFOs and stuff on it. Yeah, so it's like Indiana Jones crystal skulls. So yeah, a lot of these types we've been finding. Different types of crystal. It weighs, I don't know. I underestimate weights or overestimate something. I don't know. But it could be around 70 pounds. Okay. Now we can tune into those races, and I'm going to see who donated, and then I'm going to tune into their soul family. But, I don't want to be on here forever, so I'll just do who donated, and maybe we'll tune into some of the races and stuff, depending on how much time we have. Yeah. Let me just get this for you. Okay, thank you, guys, for the donations. Appreciate you. It is, we got here coming up. I'm looking at who donated today. Okay, this is the 20th. So, Celestian? I got quite a few. Yeah, I think the tracking after psychic. I'm trying to see. Is this somebody? Oh, Alien Soul Family Motion. Yes. Okay, no, we don't need any more donations, please, because I already got a bunch of people I need to read. So thank you for everyone donating. So you don't have to, because I want to go. So I'm just going to read everyone here who donated, and we're going to tune into things with your soul family missions. Okay, so first up, we got Cesaria Beltran. Are you in the crowd? Are you there? I hope I'm not butchering your name. Caesarea. Caesarea. Is anyone there? Are you there in the crowd? Feel free to comment on the YouTube thing, please. Let me know if you see this. And I'll do a reading for you on your alien soul family and stuff. Okay. Oh yes. Okay. I thought it was you, Ceci. Thank you. So yeah, if you wanted, I can't really see everything from the Facebook. Yeah, thank you for commenting on YouTube. Thank you for being here, Ceci. Appreciate you. Thank you for the donation. Okay, I'm going to tune into it. Anything you wanted to add to what you wanted in the reading? Because otherwise I'll just go based on what you commented. Alien soul, alien mission. Okay, I'll just read that. I'm going to break some interesting things down as I scan into it. Okay, I'm seeing a vision of you, a UFO coming over your head and then taking you. It's interesting. It's going off to a distance. More of my visions with this. Wow, taking you pretty far. Interesting. Okay, any species that I know about this is involved with? No. Ooh, they're lesser known. Okay. It seems to be around Sirius A, though. There's a big room that's got all these kind of different high-rise placements. It's kind of like a council meeting, I suppose. I don't know if that's I don't think that's the right word for it, though. It's just a large group of people having a meeting. It seems like they do have authority, though. You're brought there. You're being given a big mission. Okay, the data set. Planet. Involvement. See what everything involved in this and translating what they're saying. Three parts I can see. Is there anything that needs more data? All of it can be done. And what is the thing that needs to be that she's waiting for. Ego vent, energy vent. It is okay. Okay, is there any more depth to that? Yes. So they're going into a concept of that I think a lot of races have done, where they sent a emissary of their species to which they put a chess move on this planet in this race and add their genetics and all this into this big event they're waiting for to happen on this planet that I keep reading from different angles that other multiple races know about. That it's not set in stone when it's going to happen. They just know it will, especially if everything, though there are forces trying to prevent it or delay it. So that needs to be resolved. So that's what we'll go into the big time with. So just putting their soul family, their DNA, and a version of them here, it does this big effect on the rest of the species and bridges this thing that will cause grand evolution, and like people call it ascension. And I say that's kind of like a word. There's a growth, there's an evolution, there's a mutation, there's a grand light, there's a big burst of change that just propels every race. And a lot of races are trying to get in on that and ride the wave. So that's a lot of missions just by being here get done. Okay, it's telling you that it's willing, it wants you to know about that. Okay, it's fine. And you can speed them up. Okay, high evolution. So here's some big things people need to know, by the way. And what else? Consciousness evolution, soul evolution. So they're one of their anchors to bring that to the rest of the species. Of this, one of the species is Sirius. You're connected to. And okay, you can speed this up, of course, and we're gonna try. We're gonna read into it and then see what's holding it back, because that's a big mission for a lot of people. So there are things that you can do, you can learn that amplify contact. By the way, also, everyone out there, these are lessons. So if you ever come across the concept of like people asking, why don't you take me with you? Why am I here? And they say things like, oh, you need to be a human. You need to learn it. You be here. There's a reason to be here. And they don't tell you everything what that means. So I was like, okay, if I learn all those things and understand the importance of being here and being a human, can I also get visited by you guys more? And can I remember it? Now, I don't know if anyone's gotten that much of an answer to that, but I've gotten some, but there's also other factors to it. So we're going to do some more testing to amplify that all. Reasons to be here on Earth is some of the lessons you got to learn in this realm. A lot is be here on Earth. In this time space, this for top tier high speed evolution to the 50% to the soul, 10% to the spirit, 30% to the super powered capability. So just being here amplifies your ability to get rid of blocks on the superpowers. 5% divinity and divinity body, 3% consciousness, 1% emotional body, 1% DNA. So you evolve all of that while being here. So speed up you can speed all the evolution on Earth up, by the way. A lot of it has to do with restoring Earth and the management of Earth. Some of the reasons also is the light here that is emitted on this planet and reflects from the sun, emitted off of everything in this world, brightens and empowers your consciousness. Earth, and this is for everyone, by the way, Earth causes emotional body growth. It's like, we're more overpowered in emotional body species. This Earth also does that. And growth and transcendence, high speed, like quintillions times, one of the top planet realms for this. Again, you can speed all this up and make it even stronger in evolution. There's a point where it's going to speed up tremendously that some species know about. Spirit gets more resilient and indestructible being here. Becomes more resilient. All the shit that challenges it, high level challenges in a Goldilocks zone, just right, manage and resilient energy, top tier planet. So get your spirit to where it's undestructible by being here. Earth makes your love body grow and power, become more resilient. Here, yeah, faster than a top tier planet again. So your love body. Earth can make emotional body resilient, create positive, to the point where you create resiliently positive emotions, which is awesome. Of course, it's all these things I'm listing. Initiate to make working and receive, integrate as much as you can, and send that back and forth through your timeline. That's what I recommend. So you grow as much as possible. Sometimes you can reject what the Earth brings out. So you want to make sure you're integrating all this to grow as fast as possible. Then there are other missions you're here for. Like, what, besides being here and then getting from it, what do you do for this planet? And what your missions are to make things happen here. So there's a lot to go into that. But yeah, that's lessons like what I just listed will increase how often you get visited by ETs. So hope you like that. I'm doing more. Okay. If you can, a lot of the missions they want people to do is based on what they is like a line of mission, based on what they're capable of. Some of the missions are things they realize it's kind of fucked up here. It's a meat grinder. You forget who you are. So they don't have huge expectations of everyone needing to do stuff. If they do, they will try to push you more to remember, and there will be something to do with that. But there will be a line of missions going up as you achieve the lower ones, to where you can constantly increase the amount of missions you engage in with them. So some of the missions for starters are you becoming a powerful psionic, more aware, remembering, going into your knowingness, gaining the information. A lot of it has to do with knowingness. So it wants you to be an oracle. So recommend you going into the things we taught you, the Mexico trip, and look. Anyone looking at that will help you amplify your oracle knowingness ability, and access the libraries in your heart and start asking questions, narrow it down. Things that are most pertinent to remember is on a list, your top things to remember, and translating them and practicing sculpting them down in subjects. So a lot of that concept is going into increasing your consciousness, your awareness, learning more, becoming aware of more concepts of reality, expanding, growing it, increasing the IQ. Because with all that comes more capacity to do more work easily. That is all in the glove. One, to be ready for more to take in with the amount of time that you're here. Wants you to dive into your vision as well, and exploration of your senses to see more and go vision questing inward. It wants you to go inward. It wants you to figure out how consciousness works, and then how to on command raise your consciousness capability and keep learning more one after another in mystery school. So that's what they're wanting you to do in mystery school. And as you get the basics, they're going to contact you on your own as you get all these skills. So learn skills, become more psychic, grow your consciousness, vision quest. Yeah. They want, of course, you to telepathically contact them, so they want you to learn telepathy. I can teach you that, of course. So let me know when you're ready to do that. I'll do a consultation. Since you learned so many other things before that, we can go right and skip to you learning, getting out of the basic outlines and go into in practice, and then you gain the telepathy, and then we can practice contacting them. So that'll be good. Okay, next up, Patricia. Okay, really excited about the connection of Soul Family Life tonight. Thank you. Okay, so I'll assume you want the Soul Family connection. Thank you, Patricia. Hey, slip. Okay. I'm going to tune into you for that. What is going on? Interesting. All right, fine. Something different than I would expect is coming out for you. Is it really that? Okay. Dimensional. You got a lot. Okay, they really wanted you to know about it, and they're granting me a whole bunch of visions on it. That's nice. And so what? No. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so it wants you to do that mission. Okay, there's a bunch of dragons around you, Chinese lung-looking dragons kind of thing. And this is her, by the way. Just to locate Galactic Soul Family in a physical world. Of course, how beautiful would that be? Yeah, some of the dragons are physical, and it's talking about the physical ones, but they're coming to you spiritually. They're around you a bunch, and now they're showing all this kind of stuff, like Kundalini kind of like spirals around you and stuff. They're saying you have a destiny not everyone has, which is that you can bring back a ton of extinct races, not just dragons, but they seem to be involved in this ability with you. So I'd say you'd also be bringing back extinct dragons, but it does seem to go beyond that. Quite a number. It's a big amount. Okay. Why? Yeah. Okay, you've been part of this race of dragons in the past lives, and also you had their DNA added to you when you're in the womb. It's energetic DNA seed. It's not a physical adding. Wow. It's a very high dimensional dragon race. It is okay. I'm allowed to say that. Okay, it goes back to the sources. So, like, the sources of concepts of existence. So, one of the dragon races having to do with that. You look like you have a connection to. So, very ancient, very high dimensional, and it's contacting you. Once you know about it, wants you to initiate your destiny. Okay. Most of it has to do with your soul, who you are. Integrating that into the body. Does the body tech does amplify it, but there's a bunch of factors to the DNA you're combining together. Mostly 5 genetic lineages are coming on together. All of them added to you at birth energetically. So this seems to be a thing you initiated as being the right person and getting all these factions to like you and then culminate into this body. Okay, so how would you go about doing this? There's an aspect of your soul that is this other version of you that's a dragon that's in mostly coma, and you need to heal wholeness, wake that up, and get copies of the soul parts and integrate them in the body. You can talk to them, that aspect of yourself, gain the knowingness. Am I allowed to talk about this? No. Can I talk about it? any of that? Okay. Okay. Well, they're urging to talk to you. If you need help talking to them, feel free to reach out to me. I got to do it in private. And yeah. So we can do that in a big mission or something later. Let me know. But yeah, they want. Not many people can bring that amount of species back from extinction. So they seem to want to empower you a bunch with that. And then anything else we can add to this? No. So they're there. This dreaming in a coma consciousness is reaching out to you, a version of yourself. So it wants to talk to you. So, and then big things with that. So, yeah, congratulations. Okay. Next. Yeah, feel free to reach out whenever you're ready. But yeah, write that down and keep note of that because that's a big thing. Affect a lot of beings, affect the whole timeline, bring about a lot of spirits back from extinction, and also the DNA lineage, it looks like, goes into that. And then you gain a whole bunch of support. Okay, I got a Rachel, I think. Just make sure. Rachel Clark Smith. Are you there in the crowd? You did not say anything, so I'm going to assume you want soul family connecting. A big mission, you're here. So feel free to reach out and comment. Yeah, it keeps telling me it's like sensitive information, like something would attack you for it. So I don't want you to get attacked. But the method I can talk to you in private. It's cool that you're connected with a really old, ancient source dragon. Okay. Rachel Clark. Yeah, whatever. So, Rachel Clark Smith, are you in the crowd? There. Give you some time to respond. Is that you, Heart Expression? Okay, whatever comes through on the show. How does this work? It takes me to a ship that you have a bilocation of yourself going on pretty much all the time. So people don't understand if they don't understand how that works. Some species have the ability to visit a person by taking them, temporal dilating them. I think sometimes they'll have an avatar, their consciousness, from a distance into a clone body or something like another body of themselves, because there's weird different ways to do that. Or they'll literally just be able to bilocate a fork stream of their consciousness somewhere else, have it solidify to a physical form body, and have it go off the whole time. Sometimes that undoes, sometimes that keeps going. What I'm reading, you got the physical bilocated Okay. Why? I'm allowed to talk about it, but there is a force trying to limit you from getting this information. Hmm. Some type of reptoid gray hybrid. It's trying to fuck with us. I'm tracking it back and then neutering its ability. Fuck with me. Mhm. Anything else? Okay. Okay. I think it's fleeing, so how do you think that's gonna get you away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What was that? Pain. Okay. Lesson, awakening, goodness. Its own suffering collapsed onto it. Rebellion, spreading rebellion to the rest of its species. Freeing from mind control. Okay, interesting. We'll see how that goes. Okay, now back to this other race you're bilocating to. This seems two individuals besides you in this craft. Okay, I'm looking through a timeline of you gaining, gathering data, being shown things. They seem to have initiated a altar that remembers their species and who you are to them. I'm only allowed to know like 1% of it, but they're allowing me to know about this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What can I ask? What can I share? Oh, they love you a lot. Big soul family. Any association? Anything we know? Yes. They seem to be a type of Palladian, so that's cool. What are you doing? Some of the missions. They're mostly based in Inner Earth, and they do travel, though. The ships can go fast. And some interesting. It says interdimensional travel, whatever that means. Okay. And they're able to speed up distances by phasing between locations and dimensionality. Interesting. The you got more bravery. All right. Now, besides the regular stuff, let me see if I can go into anything else. 1, Okay, there's a big mission. Okay, they're willing to let me know about that. That's okay being public? 3 things. Okay, you here. Yeah, you need that. Okay, anything else? And what do you need to do? Associate with them. Tinker with your DNA. So what they do? Is this missions that are outside the parameter of you just being here? Yes. Not much you can do. Okay, so they got a each ET that I talk to has a different we know you're doing this. We want you to know this. Okay. So the DNA they want you to tinker with is their species Palladian DNA in the human body. What is the scope of that? Really? Okay. Is it? How does that work? To-do list. And what does this do? Okay, they wanting you to interact with your love ascension and knowingness with the DNA of the Palladians. So, we're saying access the DNA, go through the vision quest, open it up, talk to the guide, go into the control rooms. Activate the Palladian body. Okay. And you're tuning it to get stronger and bigger. It's gonna center into your heart. So a lot you can do through your heart. So it wants you to make your heart expand, grow, get amplified and loved. So once you turn your plating body on, it wants a system between 1, 2, 3. Your love body, your Palladian body, and your knowingness body. Okay. It wants you to grow those. Again, you can do that by holding your heart and breathing deeply, going into the heart. Faith, love, gratitude, making the sun of those 3 get brighter and stronger. Anything coming at them, limiting them. Let's see. Very high. It's a large amount of different things. Yeah, that makes sense. That are going to limit it. You're engulfing with love, faith, and gratitude and using it as fuel all the way up to apex predators each day. Every weight that pushes your heart back down, it's going to become fuel that makes it more resilient. And you're going to keep growing your love. And wants you to initiate that with the Pleiades. They seem to. Then you're connecting through the Palladian body. Soul family, DNA, and it also wants you to eventually do the whole race that you're in, to where you're encompassing them with your love body in circuits that flow of love to each one of their hearts, and then you amplify bringing them love, and then they bring love back to you, and you both amplify each other's hearts, and then you do that with more and more and more individuals. This appears to evolve in you strongly, and they're going to give back to you a lot for doing it. Big mission. I don't want to have this show go on forever, Cosmic Samurai. So we're not taking donations anymore at the moment. but we can do more shows. So comment below if you want to see more of this type of show, and then we can get people in line for that. And then I'll do posts on it. So see if you can get in line and PayPal for doing that, because I am pooped with doing each of these. So I hope you appreciate the work I put in with each of these. And your knowingness, of course, amplify like a flame in the heart, sun that grows brighter, and it connects to more circuits of things to know. And as you focus on things, the light of the sun and of knowing and truth shines on those things. You breathe it back in, and you create that knowingness as you have to focus on it. And there appears to be a stream of things they want to show you in the Pleiadian body of knowingness and remembering. And so you're going to be facing that as if it's all one sense, with your knowingness, your empathy, your clairvoyance, to see all this and integrate it. And you practice the ability, and you'll get faster and faster. And there's a lot of things they want to show you. So as you start amplify their love bodies, and you're going to be evolving them, and they're going to help evolve you. So it's a big mission for you. So I hope you like that one. That's one example. Now, going to James Whitacus. Thank you for the donation. Okay, let's see. Soul Family information. He wrote. I appreciate you too, Cosmos. All right, glad you're here. A lot of the missions I'm reading for people are things that do share over with a lot of people, so you can absolutely learn from the show. It's just, I am pooped, so look out for the next show for on this, and put comments below to motivate me to do more of these if you really want to see more. Get it out there, share it with people. More people subscribe and share, then I will be doing more of these services, because I want to help the planet. James Whitacus, I'm going to tune into for it. See what comes forth. What is this? Yeah. Oh, and is that type? Jeez. Okay, you got some attention you've attracted in a good way. How much am I allowed to make this information? No, not much. Okay. Not allowed to talk about that. Not allowed to talk about that. Okay. Let me just make sure I'm careful with this. Okay. Okay, what am I allowed to say? You have been chosen. Okay. your pathway and future go beyond this world. Magnificence. To inspire the galaxy. As a galactic consciousness. Raise yourself up. Push away the blocks compressed on you that push you down to this small being. Elevate to what you once were. Heal, grow, thrive. Be again. Integrate this truth. You know you are more. I am waiting. Alright, so that's the message. I'm not allowed to say who and what. No. What am I allowed to say? None of that? Really? Okay, it doesn't want me to tell you this publicly, so message me in YouTube and I'll tell you what it is. And, I'll give you a little explanation. It's fine. But yeah, it's a big one. That's definitely, you've raised to a higher level since we last talked in your session. So there seems to be a lot more wanting you to know about some big things. So I'll be glad to tell you that in private. So that'll be powerful. I haven't really ran into that many of this type of being. I have talked about them before on previous shows. I can't really say anything, I guess, because I don't want them mad at me. I like them. Okay. But yeah, congratulations, James, is what I can say. Okay, and I'm not allowed to say, okay, I'll tell them in private, fine. So for your reading, I will tell you some stuff in private. Okay, so even the mission I can't talk about here on public. But that's cool that that's the thing in the front of the line that wants you to know about it. Okay, powerful. Yes, message me about that and I'll give it to you. Now we got Tiffany Rumping. Just let me sure I'm saying that right. Yep. Okay. Are you in the comments? Are you there, Tiffany Rumping? Thank you for the $10. Appreciate you. I'll just read into you from your name if I don't see you. But I hope you're in the comments. I'm looking more on YouTube, so if you're not on YouTube, please come on YouTube's thing. I'm not seeing you on Facebook or the other stuff. Okay. Oh, there you are. Okay. Hey, yes. May I have a general alien family reading? Sure. Comes to the front of the line. Okay, so a spirit that's very prevalent. Am I allowed to talk about that? Am I allowed to talk about what you are? Am I getting spirits that let me tell them this publicly? Okay, fine. I'll translate. You are a special cosmic storm that has blessed this planet with its presence. Your eminence brings life, empowers, and changes the landscape. It is a mother to many. And the beauty of your energy affects the lives you touch. I bring forth a herald of a greater unfoldment of your consciousness into the presence that you anchor to. Be more here. More of you is coming. You will shake the planet. Be not afraid of your power. Surrender into yourself, your greater self, and let it flow through you. Just heed these words. Trying to translate it. Translation isn't very good in human, but it comes out to be. I'll just make sure I have it all. Okay. The one part of the translation is funny. You are ultimate, uncomprehensible, divine light. And that uncomprehensible is me translating something that's uncomprehensible. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Heed these words. You are ultimate, uncomprehensible, divine light. Okay. What else? Okay, reach out to me because this is another one that wants to be secret. So feel free, yeah, reach out to me. You can also do more big sessions on this because there's a big unfoldment. So just write all this down and contact me and just remind me of what we've talked about. But this is cool being. And the sooner you do, the more I'll remember this. Um, I'm not gonna say any of that. No. Targeting. If it brings out. Okay. Well, hope that message helped. And then feel free to reach out to me. I can say a little more on that. Then we can go into like an infinite number of other things. So again, people can reach me for a consultation at PsionicLeague.com. And like under the scroll down menu, there's services or slash services after PsionicLeague.com. And you get a consultation. We can go into whatever you want. We can talk about your bigger missions and go into high levels of missions and unlock some big data and get you in greater contact with your soul family. You can teach you telepathy, all this. So last one have is Samuel Swain. I like your name. That's cool. Thank you for the $22. Reading Cosmic. Oh yeah, Cosmic. So this is Cosmic Samurai. Okay, fine. I can finish with you since you already sent a message. Thank you, and I gotta go. So yeah, feel free. I want to go right now, Ryan, and I don't have Venmo because it doesn't work in Mexico. But PayPal, if you can set that up for next show, and then put in the comments, show your love, share this out. And I'll be more inclined to do another one of these Soul Family ET ones since people do seem to like it. So, yeah, I'll probably do more of these. But I want to end with Samuel because I want to go. Okay. And again, I in the beginning of the show, all these ETs want to help. They can help with disclosure. So do please help their races, motivate them to like humanity a lot more, to where they want to help us awaken and grow and quicken disclosure so they can interact with us on a Reddit basis instead of having to deal with all this matrix bullshit. That'd be lovely. Okay. Right, if you want to contact me on like Facebook or something or another thing, then I can trade you, but not on the show. And I can do a little reading for you on your soul family in private. It seems some of these are powerful beings anyway that doesn't want to show everyone everything, so we'll see as well. But Kat, where did you donate? Because I'm not seeing your donation. You. I'm not really super love. I don't really super love to keep track of things in case I forget, because I don't want to fuck you over in any way. So if you want, you can save your donation till the next show, and I will advertise it like I did for this show. I don't really want to owe people things unless you want to contact me on Facebook, and then we can donate for that, because I'd rather have it done quickly so I don't have to keep track of so many things in my mind. Okay, so Samurai, if you're there, go ahead and talk Cosmic Samurai. There you are. Okay, so I'm tuning to you. always ETs that are coming through. Mhm. Interesting. Okay, let's you. I want to say this. How much public? That's good. That's nice. Mhm. Mhm. All right, It's taking me to a faraway nebula of stars that is conscious, and it's saying you're this cluster nebula that's birthing stars, another version of you. It's showing me some funny images and stuff that I know in and for scenarios. It likes to play games with other places that are conscious, like it, and play get into the game. So it's set you as like an avatar or extension of its consciousness. Hmm. It's one of the incarnations you have. And I see you bouncing around like a ping pong ball through these different stars, being like incarnating aspects in that. Okay, and learn, grow, and transition to its next stage of evolution. Um, Dimensionality. So this whole soul cluster, you're one the chess piece in of yourself in the game. It's involved in that. Okay, one, two, three. That's you get a bunch of missions there, but mm, stuff. Not we're going past what you usually have just being there. Mm, it's telling me it's very funny, so it's nice. You have very comedic nebula consciousness. Uh, it's telling me one problem with that that's been a bit of a pain in the ass. That it wants help with the mission is. Hmm. Okay, that metaphor is interesting. Of what specifically? Okay, it's like it wants you to get into some type of club. It's the metaphor. Uh-huh. Um, okay, how would I put that? It's for Earth. Hmm. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Huh. So anyway, that nebula version of you is like an 11th dimensional being. So it's trying to gain membership into this 12th dimensional heavenly place that's like a creator beings club of in Earth. Mm. This is associated with the center of the galaxy. I'm trying to see if other things. One, sentient evolution, pulling beings up. School and awareness. Okay, how do you do that? It doesn't know. So I was hoping I would tell it. Fine. I'm going to tune into that. Okay, what are you going to do? Okay. Two. It's asking you to vision quest, learn astral travel, and out of body, and vision questing to follow this. It's like this pathway of stars, and then it goes in the planet, and it represents like you growing into like greater aspects of yourself and integrating them, and growing your presence here. That would that cosmic nebula in your body, integrating it. Trying to look at all the steps that you'd have to do on that timeline. Okay. Under press. Impress a bunch of the ascension management caretakers of the planet to where they really like you is a lot of it. It seems to be like where if you impress enough of them, they alert the higher ups. And doing missions for them. Okay, first mission that would start to attempt to impress the management. Okay, service to the collective of humanity. Okay, how does that work? Freeing the conscious mind of the collective consciousness. So you learn how to do that for yourself more and more, and then apply those cures to the collective consciousness of humanity, and then help them free all their conscious minds, which is inside of the head, so they expand and grow and perceive more, increase in IQ, etc. A lot of abilities come off this too. This is one of the pathways in ascension as well, things to focus on. Yeah, but that will impress some of the management at the lower levels, and then you contact them and work with them, and then until you impress more higher up ones, and you keep going up that ladder. Then which way? That one. It does want you to connect more through your heart with the source of all, and then integrate them into your body and be more of an avatar for them as well, to shine their divine presence in this world. So there's that. So that's a big mission, but good luck, and let me know if you need help with knowing more about it. But if you do that and you work with all these beings, vision and telepathy and astral, and journal this all and gaining more knowledge, then you will get there and you impress them, and then you can join that club, and then you evolve all of your being, which I believe that version of you is highly willing to empower you, the nebula version, in order to meet this goal, because it affects its evolution. So it's going to dimensionally rise you up for everything you help in getting it to that goal. Oh yeah, it's giving me a thumbs up with that. Okay, and yeah, feel free to contact me or anyone else out there. Again, if you want to go more in depth into this stuff and more of your missions and why you're here and who you've been, your soul family, and connecting with them. If you need help with turning on your third eye brighter, the vision questing, so that you can get into traveling whenever you want, and the telepathy, so you can talk to these beings, then I will teach you. And let's do some sessions, so you can contact me at PsionicLeague.com. The services drop down menu, and then there'll be consultations. You can ask anything. So hit me up about all that, and I'll help you. Yeah, I'm Sean Bond, founder of Psionic League, and I'll be going to the Alien event in March, like around the 22nd, I think, something like that, in Los Angeles. So go ahead and come see me there. Also just got invited to Miles Johnson's, it's in the Bryn somewhere. He's just starting it up, going with Full Disclosure and Super Soldiers and stuff. Going to be bringing some artifacts there. So look out for that and news, as I'll set up links in the description. There's a discount code for the Alien event, like 30% off. So get that while you can. Also be at the Reuniting conference, Rise of the Guardian. So hit me up there. We'll be bringing some things, and I'll be offering sessions, and we got alien artifacts and all that. Also, you can reach me at PsionicLeague@gmail.com. Trip inquiry if you're interested in the trips, Indiana Jones adventures to Mexico. We're also planning on going to Egypt at some point and maybe some other places. So hit me up if you're interested. Trip inquiry, magical places, pyramids, alien artifacts, Indiana Jones adventure that changes your life. Wink, wink. And many things other, because we do teach a mystery school and we're going to teach you big abilities. So feel free to ask us any question you want when you're there. Some people meet loves, fall in love there. So if you're interested in that too. And if you're wanting to trade, feel free to hit me up, PsionicLeague@gmail.com. Abilities, services, shorts for videos, get me out there, whatever. If you want to invite me to conferences, or if you know conference holders, I'll give you a whole bunch of gifts and rewards for that, and abilities. Also, if you want to do interviews, bring me on for a show, hit me up. Or you know people and can get me in contact. People that can help me get out there past the censorship barrier, I appreciate dramatically, and I will give you many things, or free upgrades, abilities, whatever you need help with. I got you. So ways to network. If you got a little information, if you can connect me with people. Also, if you can direct people my way for consultations, give them your name and tell me that you did it. And when they hit me up, I will give you something. Exchange. So let me know what you're wanting. Thank you all so much. Love you. Hope you have a wonderful night. Talk to you later. And happy disclosure year to all, as we're all planning to bring that in. And hopefully in the next show, alien show, I'll be able to go into more in depth how we can bring these races into our lives and get more contact coming in. So see you guys later. Have a good one. Nighty night.